Hello and welcome to a very scientific episode of Stellaris. Okay, we've got a brand spanking new colony ship, the UES Unity. We can colonize Alpha Centauri 3, and we will name the colony Asimov. There we are. That seems fitting.
Knowledge is the key to the universe.
Okay, what happened here? We completed research of quantum theory. Good. Now what can we do? Automated surveying might be helpful. Yeah, let's do that, and then we'll focus on building up our military and research output. We discovered a strategic resource on Nishira at 10. The Fahrenheit discovered several exotic gases previously unknown to us. The gases can be used for a variety of different things, particularly the operation of advanced energy weaponry and force fields. Some of the gases can be used as starship fuel or even as recreational drugs. Oh boy, here we go. While we do not yet possess the means to extract this resource, we should seriously consider establishing control over the system for future exploitation. That'll work once we can afford more star bases.
Anomalous readings registered.
We found something in the Urgal system. Ship sensors are picking up an unexplained pattern of interference in the area. Let's research it. Dr. Romero is not making that much progress, so I'm wondering if we need to have him move on and come back to it. I don't know. Sonified science, the UES Kelvin crew has succeeded in isolating a signal embedded within the unusual pattern of interference in the Urgal system. The signal is a song, a complex sonification of an advanced mathematical equation, to be precise, and one that Science Officer Lorenza Costa cannot seem to get out of her head. Who or what may have composed this song remains unknown, though its complexity infers an incredible level of technological sophistication regarding subspace harmonics. The signal's geodesics suggest a point of origin from outside of our galaxy. Oh no, that can't be good. But it is curious.
Construction completed.
I mean, it probably is good because this game is supposed to be optimistic, but you never know. Our colony ship only made it to Barnard Star, but it's closing in. It seems best to colonize the Pilgrim system next because it has a habitable world there, but we'll wait and see what happens.
A new world has been colonized.
Excellent. Sagan has been fully colonized, so let's see what we can do with it. Okay, first things first, what do we need here? We need food and jobs. Let's work on securing our food supply first. Do that twice. And we'll do a city center once we get the minerals for it. We have a new tradition. We'll adopt the expansion part of the tree. That seems like the best thing to do now that we're working on going out into the galaxy. The Kelvin is done with its current assignment. Let's send Dr. Costa over here and keep her going until she finds anything that might be out there. Survey 1, 2, and 3. That'll do.
A new world of opportunities awaits.
Asimov has just been founded in the frontier sector. Now that we have the minerals for it, let's build a city district and start to create some jobs. We'll put that behind securing the food supply. The people of Sagan need some energy as well, so we will provide a generator district once we can get the resources for it. The Fahrenheit is in Detinol, and there's a wormhole here. With that said, it would be kind of beneficial if the Detinol wormhole connects to Marath, but we won't take any chances. We need to secure this area as fast as we can.
We have detected an anomaly.
We found volatile motes on 6467 PN98. These preternatural particles contain a tremendous amount of energy, which could be exploited in energy production as fuel or even as explosives, and we should try to exploit that. We can. Dr. Adwam found an anomaly. We'll research it. Earth has a little bit of extra output in terms of energy credits, so we'll transfer a little bit of it to the monthly stockpile. That should help with any short-term deficits. There's a bit of a problem here, we're overextended. We need to expand our administrative capacity as fast as we can. We might have to build more government offices, but we'll do that on Sagan just so there's no real imbalance. There we are. The administrative offices will take priority over the city district.
System survey concluded.
Okay, the Fahrenheit's done. We can have Dr. Adwam explore this area. That should help. We'll start with Sirius. Go to Rantor. Penosta. Reganus. And Hadricus. Okay, the campaign to elect a new president is underway. The results will be announced on April 1st, 2210. That's neat. We weren't able to fulfill President Fowler's mandate, so we're going to have to try and figure out if anything else can be beneficial. Why does it say that President Fowler wants that? That's odd. Let's throw our weight behind Samir Adwam because we need the energy infrastructure anyway. I'm not sure if our citizens would ever forgive us if we sent a bunch of colonists to this world and they came back all mad by going through the warp. We'll have to hold off on that and make a decision later. We need another construction ship at least, and we can build up another science ship. There are seismic disturbances on Sagan. Tremors can be felt across the planet, and many of our settlements have been damaged. While investigating the earthquakes, our scientists discovered a vast network of subterranean caverns. The caverns are home to some kind of indigenous civilization, and they appear to be tunneling toward the surface. Ground vibrations from our settlements may have triggered this behavior, but we cannot be certain. There's no telling how these aliens will react when they spill out of their tunnels and encounter our colonists. Oh no, we're gonna have to deal with it.
Situation log has been updated.
We have finally encountered fellow wanderers among the stars. Their intentions are unknown and may be hostile, but the atmosphere on Earth following the report from our contact fleet can best be described as rapturous. Excellent. Okay, first, let's see what we need to do. We have a timed project. Let's prioritize that, just so we don't have any problems. Say hello to President Adwam. He will lead us until the next election in 2220. We need to fulfill his mandate and replace him as the head of the Fahrenheit. President Fowler couldn't fulfill his promises. Let's recruit a scientist. Let's go for Sergio Fabrini, because he'll be able to survey a lot quicker than usual. There we are. Let's retask it to what it was previously assigned to do, which is survey all of the stars in this area.
Anomalous readings registered.
Okay, we found something in 13 S112 in the Scorpio system. That body is home to a number of impact craters, but something breaks the visual uniformity in one of the larger craters. Let's research that. Our science ship can do a lot. The UES Tradewind. Okay, we need another scientist, but we have plenty of energy credits for that. We'll go for Dr. Acharya, because she has a spark of genius. Okay, where can she go? She can explore in this direction. That'll work. Styrodon, Ramas, Kraz, and Wolgan. After that, we can figure out something else. We discovered an alien drag racing course. The crater on 13S112 exhibits long irregular marks imprinted into the relatively soft upper layers of the asteroid. Dr. Costa has recovered some interesting unexpected wreckage. Wheeled vehicles, seemingly personal transports rather than research craft. The crew of the Kelvin speculate that the crater may have once been used for sport, with some alien species pitting their personal locomotion devices against each other in tests of mechanical strength or speed in near zero G. Vroom vroom. Oh, that'll give us 6 engineering research, so that's neat. We'll have to construct a station there, but we can do that.
A new world has been colonized.
Asimov has been fully colonized, so we're gonna have to get it set up. Let's focus on energy, food, and jobs. We'll start with a generator district, build some administration eventually, and we'll work from there. Former President Fowler has founded a new faction called the National Growth Party. Their members lobby for a national focus on financial growth and stability through peaceful means. We don't want to cause trouble with them, but if they approve of our government's actions, that would be useful. Governor Sorokina has founded another faction called the Zeno Rights Council. Their members push for friendly relations with alien species. What alien species? We haven't found any yet. Well, aside from the ones on Sagan, but we don't know what's going on there yet. Oh, and there's also the Liberty Now Council, which works for equality and justice for all. Just to make sure there's no real trouble, we'll take a look at what's going on in the Factions tab. Most of the issues for the Liberty Now Council have already been fulfilled, such as anti-autocracy. What about the rest of the factions? New contact? Okay, we need to try and establish more contact with alien species. National growth? We should probably try and keep 5,000 credits stored at all times, although that won't really affect the faction's approval of the government yet. Let's see how things are going on Sagan. Okay, I can see the problem here. We don't have consumer goods on Sagan, so we need to build up that capacity.
We have detected an anomaly.
Okay, there's an anomaly on Scorpio 7A. Impressive structures litter Scorpio 7A's surface. They're practically begging for some archaeological work. Let's go for it. Scorpio 7A is uninhabited and indeed uninhabitable, but not unvisited. Its surface is littered with tall cenotaphs, carved from some mineral not native to the planet, and evidently placed here by some artistically inclined spacefaring race. The monolith's flowing lines chart a history so fantastical that it surely must be fictional. Surely. Yep, let's image them for the archives and gain some engineering research. That's cool. The Steridon system looks interesting, and there are some minerals here that we can work with.
Anomalous readings registered.
We found something on Scorpio 3. There's scarring, and it's a pattern that cannot be natural. From orbit, the massive rifts look almost like writing. Let's look at it. Marath 4 possesses a hitherto thought impossible number of superimposed quantum states per unit of space. Dr. Romero suggests that Marath 4, which is codenamed the Veil, exists simultaneously in 2 dimensions, our own and some other. The number of quantum states in the particle fields surrounding the planet is increasing at a constant rate. As of yet, there is no confirmed theory that could account for this phenomenon. Dr. Romero posits that the psionic energy Okay, what happened? Oh, they just terminated their initial report. During transmission, the Veil experienced a complete dimensional phase shift, its particle fields rotating out of one dimension and into another. The Gaia world has vanished, and in its place is a swirling planet occluded by a shroud of psionic energy. Fascinatingly, the number of superimposed quantum states appears to have been reset as the planet shifted, and is now increasing at the same rate that the planet was when it was a Gaia world. Dr. Romero is using the rate of increase and the total number of quantum states at the time of the transition to extrapolate a 3-month cycle for the dimensional shifts. We could develop a method to prevent the planet from shifting, but we should secure the system first. Okay, we gained a lot of physics research. That worked. With all of the technobabble, of course. Okay, we need more energy. Badly. Let's build that up. We found alien writing on Scorpio 3. The massive script covers a large portion of the planet's upper hemisphere, and it appears to be a short story chronicling the difficult life of an alien mercenary. That's pretty cool. We're going to have to construct another starbase somewhere, so we should send the Mississippi or the Potomac out to Kepler. We'll go with the Potomac just because it's closer. And construct a starbase here. Sirius 3 has a potentially habitable world, but Sirius 2 is too cold. Yeah, that won't work very well. Sirius 3 looks okay though. We're gonna have to wait until the survey comes back with more information. We're taking a bit of a hit to our campaign and technology costs, so we're gonna have to work on making sure that we get more administrative capacity. The Asimov colony needs more food and more jobs, so we'll work on that. We'll start with the agriculture district.
System survey concluded.
We found another anomaly in Scorpio 6. One of the small moonlets orbiting this gas giant has been identified as a promising mining site. A more thorough survey will have to be conducted to determine whether it's feasible or not. Let's go for it. Okay, the veil transformed into a shrouded world, so it's completely uninhabitable now. That's kind of interesting. I wonder if it consistently goes back and forth every 3 months. More traditions are available. We'll work our way towards the courier network because it'll reduce empire sprawl. But for now, let's work on colonization fever. That'll help a lot. In 16 months, we should be able to establish communications with the aliens on Sagan, and we'll have to see if we can coexist with them. And I'm fairly certain that President Adwam can complete his generator districts before his term is up. That shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, in fact, one's going to be completed in about 80 days. Okay, we found a precious moon. A more detailed scan of one of the many natural satellites orbiting the gas giant Scorpio 6 has revealed a deposit of precious metals and minerals that was overlooked in the initial survey. The moon is very small, but it has a stable orbit around its primary and appears to be stable tectonically. 3 energy can be mined out of Scorpio 6. That's not too bad. And it appears that the Kelvin completed its assignment. What's next? We can send it all over the place here. We'll send it to Soyu, Itraben, Chetras, Zimpok, Saldar, and we'll wait until that's done to take a look at the rest of this arm of the galaxy. Okay, the Veil's back again, so that's a nice little touch. We should find a way to stabilize it, obviously. I think our next colonization target will be Sirius 3, especially since it has an asteroid belt that can help with mining, but we need to combat sprawl first.
Anomalous readings registered.
Okay, we found something in the Soyu system. It's an unknown phenomenon that is causing light to be frequently refracted and occasionally even entirely blocked out. Let's go for it. The people of Earth need more consumer goods, so we're going to have to create more industry. Okay, we found an anomaly close by Soyu. However unlikely, it appears to be some kind of rift in space. It's possible that the great mass of Soyu somehow caused it, but its nature is beyond our understanding. The rift not only refracts and blocks light, but it seems to actually draw it in and then push it out repeatedly, as if it were breathing photons? It seems likely that the immense gravitational pull of the rift has at some point inhaled other things as well. we should exercise caution. Should we keep an eye on it closely, study it from a safe distance, or leave now? Let's create a special project just so we know what we're dealing with.
Situation log has been updated.
We can prioritize that and send the Kelvin elsewhere. First, let's survey the rest of the system. And we should send the Kelvin out on a survey mission in this direction. That should be good, at least for now.
Research concluded.
Okay, we finished up with our planetary build speed. What else can we do? We need to start working on our ship designs, so we'll research ceramo metal armor. That'll do.
Evasive maneuvers.
We encountered a hostile alien fleet in Motholum. That's the Kelvin. Uh-oh. I think we stumbled across our first empire. We've made first contact with mysterious aliens in the Motholum system. For now, we have codenamed them fairies until we can find out more about them. If they possess a language, we must decipher it in order to establish communications. Okay. Let's start it, even though this isn't how we should make first contact. We have an alien empire that starts right here, so we need to cut them off somewhere in this area. Pilgrim 3 is going to have to be our next target. Let's build a starbase there. If they're hostile, we need to cut them off. And if not, they'll be more than welcome to dinner. Okay, we found some more aliens in the Sawa system. We've codenamed them Minotaurs, so we need to decipher their comms as well. Let's focus on the fairies by assigning an envoy. Who, though? We'll assign Vance Conrad. Hopefully he doesn't screw this up, but maybe it can lead to something new. What about first contact with the Minotaurs? Let's assign Camille Devereaux to that. Don't mess this up, Camille, it's harder. Okay, the Kelvin made it back to Soyuz, so maybe we can retask Dr. Costa. Actually, I don't think we even finished our survey of the system. That'll work. Out of an abundance of caution, we should build up our fleet. We'll start at Sol Station and build up some corvettes. We'll build up 4 of them, just for starters. Dr. Ruiz has founded the Institute of Technological Mastery. They want to advance the sciences. A comet has been sighted. A comet blazes across Earth's horizon, a bright envoy from distant stars, or just the asteroid belt. The human people find great joy in this reminder, vague as it is, that we are not alone in the universe. They are more supportive than ever of the United Earth Republic's ambition to greet the galaxy with open arms. How tremendous! We gained a lot of unity out of that. Okay, it looks like we made a breakthrough. Oh! Our linguists have suffered a major setback in the attempts at codifying the language used by the fairies. Unfortunately, what they had taken to be their language quite simply was not a language. In his report, Envoy Vance Conrad states that after days of investigating the matter from every angle, the linguists finally concluded that it was in fact probably an attempt at music. That's kind of neat. It's an unfortunate error, though. We found another archaeological site on Soyo 2, but we need to claim the system first. We're not going to do that because there is an alien empire right next door. It depends on whether they're hostile or not. We managed to pick up a clear audio feed of conversations between several of the Minotaur's ships. Our linguists don't know what that means yet, but they're optimistic that the new signal can help them make a breakthrough. Good. Since there is alien territory right over here, we should send the Kelvin over this way. So let's go do that. Here, 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 here. And we'll wait until we get a better view of this area before we assign anything more.
The special project has concluded.
One of our probes has burrowed into the ground and intercepted the tunneling aliens on Sagan. After the startled alien workers calmed down, the probe was successful in establishing communications with their leaders. Let's open a channel. Is this thing on? Can you see us, surfacers? We understand you hail from the great nothing that lies upwards, beyond the stone. It was assumed nothing living could exist there, but evidently this is not so. What are your intentions? We would like to coexist with you in peace. Then so we shall, surfacer. Let us share this world together in the spirit of peace. We would be most interested in trading with your people. I believe we have much to offer one another. We shall return to our cities and make the arrangements. Good, that worked out.
Anomalous readings registered.
It's going to be a bit of a pain in the ass to voice act those aliens, but we'll make it work. We found an anomaly over Kraz 1. There is an abandoned ship that has been left adrift aimlessly above the planet. The massive sails protruding from its hull suggest that it relied on solar power. Let's research it. Oh, that's nice. The subterranean civilization enjoys a good relationship with the colonists. Both parties frequently engage in trade and cultural exchanges. Right. That's cool. The people of Sagan need consumer goods, so we'll build an industrial district. That should help to fix that immediate need. We should try to create more armies, at least on the ground. And we'll hire a general. We'll hire Nor. Oh, we don't have the minerals for that yet. We should keep at it. We don't know anything about them, but we need to figure it out. Do we know anything about what's going on at Mothalum? Not yet. We're getting there, though. Let's combine our first and second fleets into one, and recruit an admiral. Celine Paquette is adaptable. We'll go with her. There we are. Oh, the Potomac didn't even make it to Procyon yet. Uh-oh. There are signs of barbarism. Their dwellings suggest an advanced society, but Envoy Conrad is unsure whether we are indeed dealing with an intelligent life form, because they seem to be unremittingly hostile. So much so that a stable society seems almost unthinkable. Even during our brief period of investigation, we have observed several displays of pure barbarism. They seem to have a language, but our linguists are still working on deciphering it so we can make sense of this display. So there might be a misunderstanding. We need to be watchful. Okay, we found an abandoned solar sailor in orbit around Kraz 1. The sublight vessel was built by an unknown culture and it appears to be several thousand years old. One of the massive sails has a huge tear where some kind of object passed through, most likely a meteoroid, which seems to have disabled the vessel. The technology is severely outdated, but it possesses some interesting engineering design choices. We got some research out of that. That's neat. The people created a subterranean liaison officer to communicate with the aliens underground. Let's prioritize the bureaucracy just so we can combat the sprawl.
Anomalous readings registered.
We found another anomaly. Impressive structures litter a small area on the surface of Sawa 8, practically begging for some archaeological work. Let's do it. We'll merge the second fleet and the first fleet. There we are. And we'll put that fleet over near Asimov and Alpha Centauri A, just so there aren't any surprises. Okay, something has happened in the first contact investigation. Envoy Devereaux states that after several days of investigating the matter, the linguists under her charge have concluded that what they thought was a language was actually an attempt at music. Well, that sucks, but let's press on. Okay, something new has happened. The aliens that we know of as the fairies are actually a nomadic civilization known as the Torkel Marauders. They occupy a number of large space stations in and around the Sithonus Maelstrom that house the bulk of their massive numbers in crowded and squalid conditions. Despite this, or perhaps because of it, they seem to have developed a strong martial culture. Life in the cold void has become second nature to them, and they are very adept at space warfare. There is no central government to speak of. Instead, they are divided into several different factions that vie endlessly with one another for resources and respect. Given their large population and shipbuilding capability of their stations, the constant infighting is the only thing that keeps them from growing into a significant threat to galactic peace. Should we make contact when we consider that, really?
An alien nation is hailing us.
Oh, okay. We have to do it anyway. Aye, more Dwamax? What do you want, foolish Dwamak? What happened to make your face look like that? Reactor accident? Vacuum exposure? Aye, look at you! We are the Torkel. We hunt. Uh-oh. If you come to our turf, we will make Dwamax stew. Not good for you, yes. Aye. Perhaps you know other Dwamax. Perhaps you want them to be Dwamax stewed. This can be arranged. Torkel not above fighting for Dwamax against other Dwamax if price is right. Okay. So they're mercenary-ish and highly defensive. We should build another generator district. That'll help. And we will move okay. The structures on Sava 8 are not as old as we first believed. It seems to be a playground or an amusement park of some sort. Dr. Romero notes that many of the contraptions are highly complex creations that we can learn much from, and that, to the builder's alien eyes, this might have been a cutting-edge sensor array, or even a gigantic art installation. Regardless, to us humans, it mostly looks like a place where you would take your young and let them amuse themselves. Envoy Devereaux. Oh.
Construction completed.
Okay. The Minotaurs appear eager to establish communications with us, having sent a large audio and visual transmission that appears to offer the key to translating their language. We should be able to use this to communicate with them soon. Of course, we will have to trust them that their offered translations are not misleading, and that we will be able to reliably interpret information presented from a vastly different experiential context. But their trust is welcome. Oh, it seems like we found the pumpkin people. That's kind of cool. We have a space station in the Pilgrim system, so we can colonize Pilgrim 3. Let's get to work on a ship. There we are.
Knowledge is the key to the universe. System survey concluded.
Okay, we've got plenty of new things, like an anomaly over Kraz B2. A Class 12 asteroid orbits the planet. The small planetoid's orbit appears to be far too stable for the thing to be natural. Let's go for that. We figured out hydroponics farming. Let's go for planetary unification. That'll do. And the Potomac can work on constructing some mining stations here. There's not much in the system, but every little bit helps. Someone towed an asteroid into a stable orbit around Kraz B2. The massive engine sections and braking thrusters can still be found on the surface, although they have long since been rendered inoperable. Someone tried to mine the asteroid, but these operations were abandoned shortly after they began. Okay. And that'll do it for this episode of Stellaris. I hope you enjoyed it. Keep your eyes on the stars, and I'll see you next time.